Okay, so Julie Hartley-Brewer has been making the news lately with her, I would call, car crash interview with Charlie Downs. Well done, Charlie. Um, Lots of the larger creators out there have made their comments on it, and I've been sort of mulling on it for a couple of days. And I've just thought this is an opportunity now to press the who are the English or who are the Britons in the same way that we pressed what is a woman. So, because really they're the same people who smugly were brave enough to ask the who is a woman, what is a woman question, like Julie Hartley Brewer, like Mike Graham. You know, they were very confident, weren't they? You know, they knew they had the backing of that, but they cannot, they crumble and shit their pants when the question of, who are the Britons, who are the English, etc. And so I was just thinking, this really is an opportunity now because it's the same question effectively. You have to deny reality in order to try to claim that just being British is a feeling, because it's the same argument as being a woman. It's a feeling. Um, my my better half, she's a Polish lady. She's white. She likes tea. In fact, she introduced me to other teas. Like for me, tea was just a cup of tea. It's tea in it. Like Bob Hoskins in Mona Lisa. If anyone's got that reference, well done. Um, but yeah, I now have a chamomile before I go to bed. It's very nice. Sometimes I have an Earl Grey in the afternoon. Yeah, there are other teas apparently. But anyway, she loves tea. She loves this country. She's an Anglophile. She, on days off, she drags me round to see like stately homes and castles and things like that because she just loves the heritage of this country. She queues. Now, I dare you to go up to my missus and say, well, you're British or you're English, because you'll get a mouthful. Because she is Polish. She's extremely proud of that. Yeah, I dare you. So clearly, it's not just skin colour, but it's impossible to have English ancestry and heritage and not be white. The being white is part of it, but it's not all of it. But so this is there needs to be better minds than mine that sort of really nail this question down so that it's just the truth bomb. What is a woman? Who are the English? It needs to be done in such a way that we get to enjoy politicians and figures in the media do some verbal gymnastics as they try to reason their way out of it without acknowledging the absolute basic, the most basic logic, obvious logical reality. We need to seize upon it because this might just fade away. We can't let it. The likes of Restore need to push on it. Well done, Charlie. But I do also think that Restore could do very well to put their bigger brains than mine together and try to come up with that attack mode, because we need to seize on this. This is a weak spot in our enemy, and we need to attack it. Now, in your everyday life, I don't know if you're like me. So obviously, I have this channel. I am an activist here for unpaid, obviously, because I don't earn any money from this. I do it out of love of my country. But I'm also an activist in my everyday life. When I meet my family or friends, I nudge. And at work, now I obviously have to be careful at work because I have lost a job in the past for standing my ground on the what is a woman issue. And I can't just keep losing jobs. But I currently work in the care industry. I'm a chef, I'm a cook in this place. And it is dominated by women, carers, doctors and nurses and all sorts of people like that. And they're all, but they're women, aren't they? And so I have to be very careful how I talk with people. But I'm quite good at it. I'm very subtle there. I'm not subtle here, really. I mean, I have to play within the rules, obviously, to not lose my channel. But those brave people out there in the comments that say, "Oh, you should have said this," it's like, "Oh, shut up, get your own channel and you say it." I try to navigate my way through the minefield, but and that minefield is bigger, I suppose, in your workplace. But I do, and you know, I sense something in someone in a conversation, and I go, okay, when I'm going to nudge that. I'm going to see what I can tease out. You know, there's a thread. I'm going to see if I can pull on that thread and let's see what they really believe. And I obviously give them permission with me to speak their mind. And you'd be surprised at how many people are sick of this shit, but they're too afraid. It's too early to go with the racial aspect of it. The Overton window isn't there yet, so we need to get it there. That's the point of this video, really. Is what do you think? Like, what avenue, what angle of attack would you do? What wording would you use that my little brain isn't, good, capable of coming up with? Sorry, bit of a frog. So yeah, do let me know in the comments about how you think we can move forward. I'm pretty sure everyone's going to agree what a British person is. You cannot be British without that ancestry, which means you're going to be white. So someone like Anthony Joshua, who was born here, but his parents are Nigerian. I know his dad's grandmother was Irish. They're Nigerian. They lived in Nigeria. I think Anthony was born here. So he, there has to be maybe a classification for those people, because I don't know him personally. He seems all right. He had a shaky past, he's a drug dealer. But he's dedicated himself into boxing, and he's helped a lot of people go into boxing, which I think is the greatest sport in the world, and it saves many young men's lives who are not going to go on to be professional boxers, but it just sorts them out. Martial arts in general will sort a young man out. It gives them somewhere to channel their aggression. Anyway, don't go down that road. But he isn't English. He's not British. He's Nigerian. But there does need to be some sort of pathway for those people, because I'm not the Steve Laws. I'm not just saying everyone that's not ethnically English get out, because I have to boot my missus out, wouldn't I? So there needs to be a pathway for them to accept as well. It's going to be a bit of pill, but if you actually had the conversation with AJ, and you weren't talking about the skin colour and you were talking about Nigeria, he would probably say like 100 times, yeah, well, he's Nigerian. Well, you can't be both, Anthony. You can't be Nigerian and British. You are Nigerian, but you have British citizenship, and I'm not going to be the one to tell you to get out, because I'm not even sure if I survive a punch in the face from Anthony, although I could sue him, couldn't I, if I survived? Yeah, don't punch me, Anthony, please. Anyway, the end of this video, it went weird. I apologise, but it's me. And let me know in the comments your ideas. Thank you.